We are going to read about the study or discuss about the paragraph development. How do we divide our writing into different paragraphs? The idea behind which I give to my students of dividing a paragraph into different paragraphs, dividing a writing into different paragraphs is that whenever you change the topic, whenever you change the point, you change the paragraph. Okay, as you know that we discuss many points under one heading or under in one topic. Let me give you an example. For example, your topic is pollution. Definitely, if you are supposed to write on the topic pollution, you have to define it first. And you will talk about the second point will be you will talk about its different kinds. So definition is one point, the kinds are another point. Then you will talk about its reasons. What are the reasons of the pollution? Okay, that will be the third point. The fourth point can be like the effects of pollution, like how is it affecting the human life? Okay, and that will be the next point. And then next point can be the solutions. How can we eradicate or reduce it, reduce the pollution? So these are different points which you are supposed to discuss under the topic pollution. And whenever you change, for example, you define it in one paragraph, talk about the kinds of it in another paragraph, write about the reasons in a separate paragraph, and then change the paragraph, and in a new paragraph you will write about the effects of it on human life. And then at the end, that can be a conclusion of this topic, a conclusive paragraph that is like the solutions of it. How can we eradicate it, or how can we cope up with this disastrous element of our society, the pollution? So this is the idea behind dividing a paragraph into dividing a writing into different paragraphs. Okay, this is a general idea. Like the point is that whenever you change the point, you change the paragraph. That is the formula. Now we have some very nice information over here, and with a little practice that will make you learn some more points about this one. Let's see what do we have on this page number 102. The topic is paragraph building. Ahmed Alam, can you hear me? Ahmed Alam,
Yes, yes, sir, I can hear you,
please.
but I'm finding my book. So give me 2 minutes. यार हम लोग तो पढ़िए ना ले लो फिर क्या है
Abdul Rafi, can you hear me? Abdul Rafi, yes, Abdul Rafi, Abdullah Subhan, Abdullah Subhan, can you hear me?
Sir,
I
can I
cannot
read?
hear you.
Sir, can I read? Sir, can I read? Ahmed
Don't
Alam.
ask. Wait. Ahmed Alam, did you get the book?
Yes, sir.
Okay, read from the top.
Paragraph building. Nearly everything you read and write is put into paragraphs because it needs to be in order. Otherwise, you will be very confused. Here is the opening paragraph from a story called The Legend of the Old Lady of the Woods, with the sentences jumbled up. Each sentence has been numbered. Number one. This
So
was
remember that there are these sentences in this opening paragraph of this story are not in a proper order. The numbers have been given. We'll see, like, okay, you will read it and you will feel as the sentences are not in order. So just pay attention to the order of the sentences also while reading. Yes, do it.
number one. This was because the dragon was subject to the old lady's power. Number two. Whenever they were ill, she tended them as though she were their own mother.
Hmm.
Number three, there was once a very old wise lady who lived in the depths of the jungle. Number
Hmm.
four, she also protected travelers from a massive dragon that inhabited the highest branches of the trees. Number five, she loved the animals that visited her run-down dwelling.
Okay, so you saw that there are five sentences in total in this paragraph, and I hope you felt some disorder in the sentences, the numbers of the sentences, in the arrangement of the sentences. So in the exercise, in question number 1, he asks you to rearrange the sentences. So quickly, you have only 2 minutes to rearrange this sentence properly. Rearrange all the sentences. And while rearranging, you have to keep a notice of the words which are telling you that this sentence will come at first place, this sentence will come at second place. So rearrange all the sentences and then think, why did you put this sentence at this number? Okay, and you will feel that some words within the sentences will tell you that okay, this should come at the first, this should come at second place, and third, fourth, and fifth place. Do it. You have only 2 minutes to rearrange the sentences. Done, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Raise your hand if you can do it. If you think that you can do it, raise your hand. After raising hands, because you know that we are dealing with the online classes, so we have sometimes very weak or poor internet connection. After raising your hand, once you should mute and unmute or unmute and mute your mic so that your hand will appear at once. Hassan Bajwa.
Sir, we have to do question. Sir, we have to do question number 1, right?
No, just rearrange on the book the numbers. You can change the numbers and
Yeah,
write. For
yes,
example,
sir.
if you think that sentence number 5 is number 1, then write 1 in circle close to sentence number 5. Number
Well,
5. Write number 1. So that your written numbers would be the proper arranged numbers of the sentences. Yes, let me check with the Ahmed Alam. No, not Ahmed Alam. Zain Ahmed Irfan. Yes, Zain, beta.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tell me which one, which sentence is the first sentence?
Sir, sentence number 3 is the first sentence.
And why do you think that it is the first sentence?
Sir, because it says there was once a very old lady, which is
So which word is
actually.
telling you from this whole? Can you identify the word which is telling us that it should come at first place?
Mm,
Which word? There is a proper
once.
word. Yes.
Once.
Very good. Excellent. This is once is the word that is telling us that it should come at the start. Though we have a sense or the meanings or the context of the sentence is telling us also, but the word once identifies clearly that it should be the first sentence in this paragraph. Okay, though we are getting a sense out of it. Okay, when we read it, we find that okay, definitely we will talk about the lady first, that she is living in the jungle. Okay, we cannot say this in the middle. We have to say that at the start. It is important to say this at the start of the sentence. This is the sense or the context of this sentence. But the word within the sentence, the word once is also identifying its first location, first place in sentence, in paragraph. Okay, so uh, okay, what will be the second sentence?
Sir, the second will be sentence number 5.
Very good. Number 5. She loved the animals that visited her rundown dwelling. Okay. Then what will be the third sentence?
Number 2.
Number 2
Second,
is
sir.
the third sentence. Excellent, Vita. Then what will be the fourth sentence?
Number 4, she also protected
Yes,
travelers.
number 4 will be the fourth sentence. Okay. And what is the fifth one? That is the
Number
only
1.
remaining number 1, right? Yes. So number 1 will be the last sentence. Okay. So you have basically solved the first two questions. Question number 1, where he asks you to rearrange the sentences, and number 2, which words helped you to decide which was the first sentence in the story. Now, question number C of part C of question number 2. How did using also help you to decide the order? What do you think? Do you have an idea? Also, where do we use also?
Sir, when we add something new.
Yes, when we link one point to another. For example, I say he went to the market, he also went to the playground. He went to the market and he also went to the playground. So we are creating a link because the one action is linking two places, market and the ground. Going, market and the place and the playground. So also is used to link one thing with something similar in the previous sentence. Okay, so there will be a link between both parts of the sentences or both sentences, two sentences, okay, which are being linked. Then we use also. He went to the market and he went to the playground also, or he also went to the playground. So also is linking one thing with something similar in the previous sentence. So in these sentences, the example which I quoted, we have a link between, and the link is going. Okay, that he went, he go is the link, and like the places, two places are there. So we have to use also. It is logical. Okay. D part is how else did you work out the order of the sentences? Leave this one. Come to E and leave this one also. Here are some starting points you could use for your sentences. Uh, so he is just giving some starts or the beginnings of some sentences. You can start a sentence with the first thing I noticed. This can be a start of a sentence. Or it was cold, so the old lady wore. No, but okay. Let us do this E part of question number 2. E part. Okay. E part is uh, mm, Abdur can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you read this part E?
Yes, sir. E. Look carefully at the picture of the old lady. Write a short paragraph to describe the old lady as precisely as you can. Before you start, decide how many sentences you will need, what the order of your sentences will be.
Mm.
Here are some starting points you could use for your sentences. The first thing I noticed, it was cold, so the old lady wore. Despite the hardships of her life, to sum up this lady.
Okay, so he has given you the four starts of four sentences. So you are supposed to write only four sentences. Okay, about the lady. Look at the picture. Make four sentences, and these are the four starts of the sentences. So write four sentences with these same starts. You got it? For example, the first sentence which you will write should be starting with the first thing I noticed, And then you will start the second sentence with it was cold, so the old lady wore. And the third one, despite the hardships of her life. And the fourth start is to sum up this lady. So that's it. Do it now. Lower your hand. Ahmed, Abdurrahman, Zain, and Abdurrafi, lower your hands. And after completing writing these four sentences, you have to raise your hands. Ahmed Alam and Zain Ahmed Irfan, lower your hands. Yes. Okay.
Sir, I have done.
Okay, very good.
Should I tell you?
Hold on. Raise your hand. Let others do also.
Sir, I wanted to ask that in this picture, the lady is sitting on the road.
She's sitting somewhere, anywhere in the jungle or the forest. Hurry up, boys, hurry up. Yes. Abdurrahman, can you read your sentences now?
Yes, sir. The first thing I noticed that the old lady was old. That the lady was old. It was cold, so the old lady wore a green sweater. Despite the hardships of her life, she is not giving up. To sum up, this lady faced many hardships, but she is courageous to live her life bravely.
Okay, good. Zain Ahmed Irfan.
Yes, sir. The first thing I noticed that the lady was old. It was cold, so the lady wore uh, a green sweater and some thick clothes to keep her warm. Despite the
Okay.
hardships of her life, um, she was she did not give up. To sum up this lady, she was a hardworking and courageous person.
Okay. This lady is hardworking and courageous. Courageous. Okay, that's it. Okay, boys. Now move to page number 103. We have only 2-3 minutes left, and there is an exercise that will be your homework for tomorrow. You will do it today, and we'll discuss this tomorrow. But before saying that this is homework, we need to know what is it actually. For this, I want Ashar Nadeem. Are you there, Ashar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you read? Everyone, please look at this page number 103. He will read and just try to figure out what does it say.
Sir, the building more paragraphs one?
Exactly.
Okay, building more paragraphs answer the following questions. Look carefully at the tumble down dwelling where the old lady of the woods lived. Make up a sentence to describe something about the dwelling and the place where it was built. In
Mhm.
groups, say your sentences, move around until you have an orderly paragraph.
First thing, leave this part. The first thing, there are two questions. And the first one, he is asking you to look at the picture carefully and write one good sentence about this house which we have over there. Look carefully at the tumble down dwelling where the old lady of the woods lived. Make up a sentence to describe something about the dwelling and the place where it was built. You will talk about the dwelling and the place where it was built. You are supposed to write one sentence only, one sentence, where you will mention this place, you will describe this place and the dwelling which you have, the house, the worn out house, the tumble down building. Okay, now, and in this is the first task. The task number 2, yes, read.
Now you're going to build two paragraphs in which you discuss whether living in a dwelling like this would be bad thing or good thing for you. Before you start, discuss the inconveniences and the hardships of living there. Then think of some reasons why someone may like to live there or go there for holidays.
So he is asking you to do more paragraphs, but this time you are going to think as you are going to face it, this situation. Like you have to live over there. Okay, and he's giving 2 points. He's asking you to write two paragraphs, and he's clearly giving you 2 points over here when he says that before you start, discuss the inconveniences and hardships of living there. Like you have means that you have to in one paragraph you have to write about the hardships and living there, which you think that you have to face the hardships and inconveniences which you would face over there while living. And then in the second paragraph, the second point is think of some reasons why someone may like to live there. So two opposite things. One, the inconveniences and hardships, and the second one, the reasons to live over there. Someone who may like to live there or go there for holidays. This is what you have to do. The second two, you have to develop two paragraphs related to both of these points. Then he says, when you build your paragraphs, remember to explain your reasons and not just list them. Like, don't list the reasons in the paragraph where you have to give the reasons. Not only the lists, but make like 3, 4, 5 sentences having some details of those points. To live in a dwelling like this would be hard for me because, okay, like you have to give a complete sentence. Then I do not think I would enjoy, and then you will carry on the sentence like this. Perhaps later you could use discourse markers. Okay, discourse markers is very important for your writing. Discourse markers. Discourse markers are those phrases within a sentence which refer to the next part, like what is coming up, what is the sense of this one. For example, if you look at the bottom of the page, however, there may be some advantages. Like later you may say, no, yes, these are the this one. Perhaps later you could use discourse markers. A discourse marker is a signpost to where your argument is going next. Okay, which for example, when you say on the other hand, it means you are going to tell us about the opposite side of it, opposite side of something which you have already said in the previous sentences. So that will be the discourse marker, like on the other hand. Or when you say in short, like you are going to write something briefly. Okay, so the discourse marker is like a signpost, which tells us about your argument is where your argument is going next. Like another reason that I would not want to, another reason, it is telling us that you are going to add another reason. You have given one reason before, so this is a signpost, this is a discourse marker, another reason that I would not want to. Or as the dwelling is in such a remote location, so okay, and the dwelling looks very insecure, so this is a discourse marker. You could start your second paragraph like this: on the other hand, or however, there may be some advantages. Later you may say, since I love animals, however, my chief reason. You could end with, therefore, on balance, I have decided to sum up, like the conclusion, as you make the conclusion of your as you make the conclusion of your writing essay. So the conclusion starts with such discourse markers, like therefore, on balance, I have decided, or in short, as I told you, or shortly only, to sum up, at the end, in the end. So these are the discourse markers, which are like signposts, which tell us that where your sentence is going to next. So you have to start your sentences with the discourse markers also. Okay, so these are your two tasks. The first one is you have to write one sentence only about this place in the dwelling, and then the second task is you have to build two paragraphs related to these both points. The first point is inconveniences and hardships, and the second point is that you have to give some reason why someone may like to live there. Okay, this is your next task. The time is over. We'll see you tomorrow, inshallah. Everyone is supposed to complete it. You have to complete it. Okay, make it sure that you write you complete both of these tasks. Okay,